Jibe. 1, 2, 3, jibing now. Lovely. Oh yeah.
We're on a summer sojourn to the top of the south in our quest to sail the 20 of the most iconic lakes in the South Island. Following a successful mission on Lake Rotoroa, we're planning a half-day 16-kilometre sortie to the top of Lake Rotoiti and back. Rotoiti, meaning small lake, is an icon for its remote, tranquil scenery, surrounded by mountains and emerald green forest right down to the water's edge. On most days, you're likely to be the only person on the lake, but not today.
Don't think we're going to have the place to ourselves. It's a fucking zoo. We'll get on the water and see if things get a bit quieter further up the lake, I think.
We set off, and in spite of the current obvious lack, the forecast says wind, so we're taking a chance and leaving the camping gear and dinner in the car. Hopefully, we won't find ourselves regretting it later on.
This lake is a zoo today. It's holiday season in New Zealand and it feels like everyone's come to Lake Rotoiti. So we've just got off the beach. There was just a ton of people and eels. Crikey. Made jandals a bad choice. And we're going to head up the lake. There's not much breeze, so we've sort of got 5 knots at the moment, gusting to not very much. So we'll just nudge up, see how far we can go, and come back again before bedtime if we're lucky, or we'll stay up there in our swimming togs. It'll be a good time. Stick with us.
A few minutes later, and the wind decides that it needs to be somewhere else and disappears.
There's not a lot of action out here. So we've got the slightest hint of northeast blowing down the lake, so we're just making the most of that. Could be a long beach back though with not very much wind to help us. But we'll just take it one step at a time, get down the lake, then figure out how to get back home again.
We're going to need some more breeze or a tow rope if we think we're going to get up the lake and back today. "20 minutes later, things are starting to look up. For once, just as the forecast said, the valley at the top of the lake is warming up, drawing cool air up the Wairau Valley and up the lake. There's a long way to go, but the Sublime Crew are back in the game.
I just put in a jibe, yo. Here's a jibe. 1, 2, 3, jibing now. Lovely. Oh yeah. Getting a bit closer to the top of the lake now, which is cool. Breeze is set in at this end, just as the valley kind of funnels up. So we're going to make the most of that. Boat speed is the name of the game, so it'll be an easy tack back up as well if this stays filled in, which is good news.
A few jibes later and we're rolling into the Travers River Delta at the top of the lake.
Good stuff. Done. Half up. Yep. Good job. pit stop, have a look around and see if we can get home. There's a nice breeze, so I don't think we'll muck around here for long, but we need to have a gaze. Only get here once. So good.
It's already 4 PM and it's a long beat to windward to get back to civilization. I wouldn't muck around. These sea breezes fade pretty fast once the sun sets.
I don't think you get a prettier setting than this, eh? Like, it's incredible.
The sense of urgency seems lost on these guys. A few salty carbohydrates later, and motivation is starting to build.
Just a tiny bit. It's a good gust. 1, 2, 3 ticking. Now.
The crew tack their way up the lake into a building northeaster.
Just had some champagne sailing coming up from Coldwater Hut, and now we've got some lighter breeze but a golden angle, almost a straight shot straight up the lake. Just going to make the most of it. I suspect it's going to swing when we get out into the wider section of the lake, so we'll just romp on up until that comes in, but so far so good. On our way home.
Six hours ago, we pushed off this ramp with nothing more than a drink bottle, some leftover crackers, and some naive optimism that everything would be fine.
I think we're going to make it. The easterlies come in, got great angle and heading for the wharf. Looks like the 7th of 20 of the South Island's iconic lakes is done and dusted.
We could definitely have done Lake Rotoiti smarter. A tent, some warm clothes and a sleeping bag or two sound like a great idea in hindsight. They say that fortune favours the brave. Well, sometimes fortune favours the naive as well.